In this video, I will be demonstrating this simple beginner-friendly pendant. At the end, I will show different ways of adding a chain or cord to complete the necklace. I am using this faceted teardrop cabochon, but a flat back stone will work just as well. I am using 0.8mm or 20 gauge soft copper round wire. The base wires are 4 inches or 10 centimeters. I have 3 base wires. My weaving wire is 0.2mm or 32 gauge and I have a length of 30 inches or 76 centimeters. Find the center of the weaving wire. Start wrapping from the center of the base wires. Take 2 wires and wrap twice around both wires. Take the third wire and place it below the first 2. Wrap twice around the 2 bottom wires. Wrap twice around the 2 top wires. Rotate the wires and continue weaving with the other half of the weaving wire. Wrap twice around the 2 top wires. Wrap twice around the 2 bottom wires. Now wrap 30 times around just the middle wire. You may have a different size stone, so wrap until where it would reach the halfway point of the side of the stone. Rotate the wires and wrap 30 times around just the middle wire. I will now wrap the 3 wires together, matching the wrap at the center of the wires. On this side, the wrap starts with the 2 top wires. When we rotate the wires to repeat the process from the other end, the wrap will start with the 2 bottom wires. I will now wrap 30 times around just the middle wire. If your stone is a different size, wrap to just before the top of the stone. Rotate and repeat from the other end. Wrap the wires together, copying the previous wraps. Wrap 3 times around the middle wire on both ends. Remove the excess weaving wire. At the centre point, bend the wires to match the point of the stone. I am just using my nail to slightly separate the unwoven wires from the centre wire. This will make the next step easier. I am using my flat nose pliers to bend the unwoven wires inwards. Pull the bent wires slightly apart to make a wide enough gap for the stone to sit in. Bend the wires around the stone. Bend the wires away from each other above the woven area. Just like with the lower unwoven wires, separate them slightly from the centre wire and use your pliers to bend them inwards over the stone. If you are struggling with the wider pliers, you can use narrow nose pliers. Manoeuvre the top wires so that they are lying next to each other, from the front wires in the middle, the side wires next, and the back wires last. Take another length of weaving wire. This one is 20 inches or 50 centimeters. Find the centre of the weaving wire and wrap it twice around the two middle wires. You now have two weaving wires, one for the left hand side 3 wires and one for the right hand side 3 wires. Start on the right. Wrap twice around the 2 inner wires of the 3 right hand wires. Wrap twice around the 2 outer wires. Wrap twice around the 2 inner wires. Now to the left hand wires. Wrap twice around the 2 inner wires of the 3. Wrap twice around the 2 outer wires. Wrap twice around the 2 inner wires. Back to the right hand weaving wire. Wrap twice around the inner wires of both sets of 3, connecting the 2 sets together. Wrap twice around the 2 inner wires of the 3. Wrap twice around the 2 outer wires. Back to the left. Wrap twice around the 2 inner wires. Wrap twice around the 2 outer wires. Bend the 2 sets of wires slightly away from each other. Back to the right, wrap twice around the 2 inner wires. Wrap twice around the 2 outer wires. Wrap twice around the 2 inner wires. Repeat on the left. Wrap twice around the 2 inner wires. Wrap twice around the 2 outer wires. Twice around the 2 inner. Trim the outer wires, leaving approximately 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch excess. Use round nose pliers to make a loop in the ends of the wires. Try to make the loops match as best as you can. Wrap twice around the outer wire. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around the outer wire. Wrap twice around both wires. Repeat on the other side. Return to the first side, wrap twice around the outer, wrap twice around both, wrap twice around the outer, wrap twice around both. Repeat on the other side. Now on each side wrap twice around the outer, twice around both, twice around the outer. Finish by wrapping around each wire individually and bringing the weaving wire in between the two wires. Remove the excess weaving wire by rotating it until it breaks off between the wires. Trim the outer wires shorter and make loops in the cut ends the same way as before. Trim the inner wires, leaving the excess wires a little longer than the previous wires, and bend the loops inwards. There are different options for turning the pendant into a necklace. You could simply add jump rings to the top loops for the chain or cord. You could add a bail to the jump rings. You could add a chain directly to the loop. This is a chain I made from offcuts of my projects. I will leave a link in the description showing how I made the chain. If you are using a ready-made chain, use jump rings to attach to the loops of the pendant. Thank you for watching. Please join me for my next video.